and welcome back to our recap of Miss USA and our prediction show for Miss Universe. I'm here with my co-host Adrianna Davis, and you're listening to Paul, the photographer. So let's get right into it. We nailed it right on the head. Both of us won tying, so we both had what state was she from? She was from
Who are you talking about? Miss USA?
yes, Miss USA.
Kentucky.
She's from Kentucky, so Kentucky became Miss USA. And if you listen to our prediction show, Kentucky had these phenomenal curls. She is a news anchor, interviewer, and she is just phenomenal. Girl, she's gonna slay at Universe. And because she had to be in such fighting shape for USA, I hope these girls at Universe are scared, because I think USA is gonna come to win in less than 3 weeks. So this is pretty cool. So
I agree. I think Elle is beautiful. She was obviously both of our choices during our prediction show. She spoke so eloquently during the Miss USA competition. I personally don't love her styling. That's just me. But I mean, not to say she was beautiful. Everything was flattering on her body that she chose, but she just wasn't styled my favorite out of all the girls. But I do think she was the most fit to be Miss USA, and I am happy that she is Miss USA. I think she deserved it. I'm just, the fashion guru over here, so I always have to point out.
oh, absolutely. I mean, and that's why we have Adrianna David on the show. Okay. In the background, we have our little side chat, and I just literally goofed on one of my best friend's names. So I totally apologize to Adrianna David. So just to recap, I think I loved the new format. I love that little sit down where you actually got to talk to them. Did you like the idea of?
I liked it. I loved the new format. I loved everything Crystal did. I loved the new opening number. I didn't like their outfits for opening number. They were all just wearing black bodysuits, and I thought they totally could have. I mean, I think they just didn't have another sponsor. But also Crystal took over in such a short amount of time. Like, it's probably hard to get huge sponsors like that. But I loved the opening number. I did like the sit down, but I wish the questions were harder. Like, why did they ask about like Kim Kardashian and like Beyonce? I think they could have asked them more like better questions to get to know them, because one thing that was missing, they didn't have the media packages where like the girls in the top 10, they all did those home videos that show them who they were. So I feel like there was just like not an opportunity to get to know the girls as much. And then when we got to hear from them, it was like, do you like pop music or country music? And that's not what I want to know. I want to know like more about them.
Here's my only thing that I thought. I was reading an article about not having the package. Their argument was not to have it as part of the program, because the judges get to watch that in real time, and that package, the way it's produced, could persuade someone to be more liking to one candidate to another. So I'm really on the side that package not being shown either to the judges or just being shown to the audience, or not being shown at all, because then there's not any biases at all. Do you like that idea? It sounds like you don't like that idea.
Agree. I mean, the one thing for me, it was so many commercials. Like, we literally heard from Senegence like 13 times. And then also they kept saying, like, I feel like Crystal was a huge part of the show, like the new owner, which is cool. Like, it's nice to be featured, but she was on like 4 different times as well. And they kept saying, like, this is pageantry reimagined, but they actually didn't say what pageantry reimagined meant.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
So I feel like the viewers, like, if of course if you are in the pageant industry like we are, like we know it's going back to more of like the Trump days with more glam and beauty. But if you're an outsider, like there really wasn't much distinction of like what it used to be versus what it is now. So I think they could have done a way better job of clarifying that by instead of just like saying the same thing over and over again. But at the same time, I do think they still chose the right winner. I think the top. I was so happy that all top 16 or was it top 16 or top 20? Whatever.
Top. They didn't cut until top 16. Then they went right to top 8.
Okay, yeah, but all top 16 got to do both swimsuit and evening
I love
gown,
that.
which I am so jealous about because for me, my year, they cut right to top 10. And then they went from 10 to 8. So and then to 5 and then to 3.
I'm convinced 100% that if they had a normal cut, which a normal cut in any other year was at least 15 or 16, you would have made top 15 that year. I'm
Thanks,
so
Paul. I really
upset.
appreciate that. I would like to think so too, and I can, sit here
When
and
you have
be a
when
little
you
bit
have makeup artists,
because I didn't get top because there was only a top 10. So thank you. I appreciate that.
when you have the makeup,
But
when you literally have the makeup artist in the back telling you this is the style we're gonna do for your universe makeup, okay? Jimmy, I don't think they say that to people. Like, this is totally inside baseball, but like they literally were telling Adrianna this. Like, it's just so frustrating.
it's
I
okay.
do. I want to
There
make.
is, but I will say, I mean, like Paul said, maybe the media package swayed people, and when they used to do the media packages, they only chose so many girls, and it was kind of interesting that the girls that they chose did end up being in the top 10, and I was one of the girls that was chosen for a lot of the media package, a lot of the commercials, the Sherry Hill, all those things. And I wasn't chosen. So it was like there were always those girls that were chosen to do those packages but didn't make it, and so I was kind of one of those girls. But yeah, no, I mean, I just wish that the talking point of I liked how they were sitting down. I liked how they got to talk all to each other. I did like the host a lot, not the Asian guy Patrick Ta. He needs to stick to makeup, but the main host, Suri, what was her name? She was good. I thought she was really
She
good.
is incredible. If they don't
Yeah,
bring her back, oh my god, her energy was like
yeah, no,
it.
I
Her
liked her, and
energy was like lightning on the. So I want to go on two little things, little short tangents, and then we can go to universe because I hope that's what people are really here to listen to. One, that stupid tagline, pageantry reimagine. I'm a huge nerd and I love watching Apple presentations, and they did this 2 years ago with when they went to 5G, and they would say Apple iPhone now has 5G. Apple phone has 5G, and they said it like 20 times during an hour presentation. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, oh my god, this is like an Apple presentation where they saying Apple has 5G over and over and over, and your point is so correct. You don't mention something and then not give any context behind it. It's so stupid, so stupid. And the other thing that is just on my rant. Miss Universe needs to be on a national television. I'm so thankful that Universe is going to be on Fox, but Miss USA has. I mean, I had to sign up to one of these
I did
stupid
too.
networks
I
and then
had
had
to
to
sign
delete.
up for a free trial, and guess what? I forgot to cancel it. So then I got charged $60 because I forgot. So now I have this platform that I'm probably not going to use, but I guess I'm going to watch more TV this month because I forgot to cancel the 7-day free trial.
Well, you better put that on your calendar because then you'll just get charged another. I mean, that's such a racket. It's a horrible way of doing business, and they've got to just figure out a way to get it back on national television. It's Miss USA.
I know. I agree 100% on that.
So
Hopefully they will get to, because that was one thing I do appreciate from my years, even though my years were kind of chaotic. I was on Fox for Miss USA, and I was on
it
ABC.
made such a huge difference. Everyone could watch it. Everyone.
Yeah.
You know.
But okay, let's get to Miss
Let's
Universe.
get Universe. Okay. Well, hey.
Paul and I
Look,
have a
uh,
lot to say about.
okay, look, I am a
We have a
photographer.
lot to say, but a little to say at the
Okay,
same time.
I am a professional photographer. This is what I do for a living. Adrianna has worked with me multiple times. Adrianna is a stickler for style and makeup, and we both struggle with these photos. One, I have to say, the editors that have edited these photos have to be out of their mind to not understand what the actual job was to do. Like, um, I am definitely under the ruling that you don't make fun of the girls, but the editor and the photographer definitely are definitely approachable to be bashed on because um
Well, I just also
Ireland's skin tone is not,
there.
she's orange. I mean, that's not a skin tone.
Yeah,
So,
I is a beautiful person, but I agree the editing is so bad on that photo. It's so
and
oversaturated. There are also 5 girls that don't even have headshots on here.
yes,
This
and
is just overall like Paul and I have been doing this for several years, and this is like the worst group of headshots I think we've ever seen in any pageant.
and last year it was a worse pandemic issue, and they were able to sum up more photos. But and I'm willing to give this a pass and say, well, maybe it's because of COVID, because there was, but they had they had more restrictions last year than they did this year. So I'm really at a loss. I could not
Well,
pick
also I just feel like Universe should have like if you're
the
going to Miss Universe,
gravitas, like over the top, like
or at least just like, I don't know. Some of these literally look like high school photos, like for the yearbook photos.
well,
And then some of them are so editorial,
mm-hmm.
and some of them are so like pageant glam. Like I feel like they didn't get a prompt. I like when you're given a prompt of what the headshot should look like.
That's why I'm
There are
bashing.
some standouts for me, but it was really hard for me to pick 5.
But that's why I'm bashing the photographer on this, because they literally they got the assignment and they totally just said, I don't know what I'm doing, because like whoever decided to take Italy outside and take a photo with her and then submit it literally didn't get the assignment. I mean, it's a pageant headshot. It needs to be shot. If it's shot outside, it needs to be shot under balanced light. I mean, there's a huge shadow underneath her chin. They've edited it to make it
And
look
some
more
of this
very editorial, like she's selling. I mean, if she's selling jewelry and she's selling the necklace, then that's an awesome photo. But I can't see what her eye color is, and I don't know if her hair is brown or if that's been colored that way. So there's just like really.
And I also just think like usually they go for like natural glam. Like some of these look like full on face beats, like YouTuber face beats. And some of these lashes are so long. I don't know if it's just what's on trend right now or what, but some of the lip liner is like really dark and then a different color lipstick on the inside, and oh my gosh, it's just I literally feel like this group I don't know what's going on with this group of women. Not to say that they're not amazing or qualified, but
Hey,
I
and
don't
I have to say, that said, Adriana, if the trend is to go this glamorous side, then Turkey literally put no foundation on. She just put on blush and maybe some lipstick. So I don't know what, like, whatever the assignment was. I am blaming the photographers overall because they
I
clearly
think I
forgot
can
what the
blame
assignment was.
I think I can blame that there is no assignment.
Well, then
Also, I just want
that's
to
a
say
huge mistake.
some of them have their like names underneath, and then for USA it just says Miss USA. It doesn't say else.
You're right. Oh my god. What a that's a goof. That's a
Yeah,
goof.
but yeah, the ones that don't have photos, they say Miss something, and then usually they say their
No,
name. But
they have it twice.
yeah, oops.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go into top 5. So my first out of this
I want to wait
unfortunate
before we go
group
into top
of
5.
headshots.
Wait, before we go into top 5, I really want the girls to know that every one of you ladies are beautiful and that we are not bashing on your beauty. And I am specifically taking issue at the photographer and the editor who really did you wrong. So
Okay,
please.
that's Paul's statement. I want to tell you that you all are beautiful in your own way, but I
Yeah.
do
Isn't
I
that
do
what I
reserve
just
the
said?
right. I do reserve the right to say that I am disappointed in some of y'all's
Well,
makeup
she's a
choices
girl. I'm
as
not. No,
well
no, no.
as
I'm not doing
styling
that. No.
choices. But I'm not going to pick anybody out specifically. But overall, I am definitely disappointed with at least 10 of these photos.
Okay.
But my first choice,
Ladies
because
first.
she's stunning, is South Africa.
Okay.
She is a dark complected woman. She is smiling. Her eyes are smiling. She does have a really unique outfit on, which would normally draw attention, I think, away from some candidates. However, she has her full shoulder exposed and her hair is up, and her earrings aren't the most dramatic thing ever. They're just gold little squares. So I think even though this wouldn't be an outfit I would normally style someone in for a headshot, I think she did it well, and she is my first choice.
My first choice would be Portugal.
Oh, she was one of. Wait, let me go see her. She was one of my maybes. I think she's beautiful, but I think the saturation could have been a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
honest.
I'm a collarbone person, so she's got that
Mm-hmm.
collarbone. Gotta love that. I love the dress. That's some dope. That's a dope dress. It's just a dope
Mm-hmm.
dress.
Yeah, no, I agree. I see what you're saying here. I don't disagree. She was in my maybe.
She's one of those girls that I would definitely want to ask out. So, so,
Okay, my
so.
second one is Elle, Miss USA.
Mm-hmm.
We both, I think, have her. I
Yes.
think she's a strong candidate overall, and they also used the same headshot she had for Miss USA for this photo. Her hair is beautifully curly. Her collarbone is popping. She looks great.
I also have USA for my second pick, and for every reason that I said during our USA, I'm just totally enthralled with this photo. I love the natural curls. I love the. I just pointed out with Portugal. I love the collarbone. I love the little neckline there. Eyes are just. I mean, because remember going back to that editor, he emphasized the eyes. Now that there's not the same photo over and over, it definitely you can see that pops out against this field. So there's a reason why she won Miss USA. So all right, Adriana, for your third pick.
My third pick, which I okay, so like I said, it was really hard for me to pick five, and I still kind of have some issues with some of the ones I chose. But my third pick is Australia.
Okay.
I like Australia's face a lot. I like how she has her hair in like a low ponytail or bun situation, and she has a couple wispies in her face. I really like her face. It's very natural. It's not a smile, but it's still very beautiful. Her makeup is done well. I like because the problem I have with this is she's wearing like a blue turtleneck, fully sequin top, and
Mm-hmm.
then also dangly white earrings, and I would have not picked this photo, but I think the photographer did a really great job by blurring. He like bokeh'd or blurred the
Mm-hmm.
whole like bottom, like except for her the main, except for like her eyes, nose, lips, and her legitimate face. He blurred everything else out. So that's why I chose the photo, because I thought it was still done very well from the photographer's end, and she also does look very pretty.
Um, she looks like a child compared to the rest of the field.
She
Is the
does. She
first
does
thing?
look very innocent. I
Yeah,
agree.
and I do notice. I think that is a Photoshop blur, but it does look like a. I think that was the better approach. Um, I think it's a good pick. I think I
Also,
did
the two
skip.
girls next. She just stands out really next to the two girls next to her, because the two girls on the either side are not very great, and their earrings are ginormous.
Well, the girl Aruba's her photo would have been gorgeous if she didn't cover up her neck. And we both have a thing about you don't put
That's
your
one that looks like a yearbook photo to me.
yeah. It's just it's rule number one, ladies. Please remember, and Adriana will back me up on this. Do not put your hands around your neck. Okay, let them see your neckline. Okay. Um,
Your third pick.
Thailand.
Thailand. Okay, let me see. I do not have Thailand.
So, and I'm scrolling down so I can talk more knowledge.
Oh, I see what you see, but
Mm-hmm.
I think she probably I a lot of these girls I just sit here and I'm like they probably had better photos in that whole photo shoot that they take of these where like you take 300 photos like how is this the one they chose?
But we were talking about this. This is this photo, just like you said about Australia. That looks like her skin tone. Like it doesn't look like it's been messed with. It does have that we just mentioned that you don't put your hand like, but it's not restrict. Like I can still see her neckline. I love the classy black dress. I think that's perfect. And I don't think her
I like
eyebrow. I
I like
think that really is what she is. I love she's got her lips look a little soft, and I think it looks gorgeous. So
Okay, so my fourth one is Brazil. This is probably a photo that I would not have chosen if people had better photos, but it's very like fashion editorial. It almost looks like a beauty makeup campaign for me. But she's blonde. Her name's Teresa. She has like a strapless feather blush pink outfit. She does have a hand coming up, but she's smart because she kept it on the back side of her neck, and her you can still see her cheek, her chin, jawline really nicely. Um, I usually also don't pick a lot of blondes, so I like how she did her hair in like the low bun situation with the middle part. I think it's just a pretty photo compared to the others.
so when I look at this photo, and I contemplating this photo, but it screams Marilyn Monroe to me, and early 50s. No, no, am I
Maybe
like
a
what?
little bit, yeah, but I just like she has a really small hoop earring. The feathers are nice. There's wind blowing on the feathers. I just think it's really tasteful.
Because no, it's 100% tasteful. I just think that like if she was competing in 1950s, that would be like the it photo because that's the style. Because of today, I think she's out of like if you look at the photos, I think she's one of like two people that have a or I'm looking at yeah, she's there's only one other person who has a real white background. So,
Yeah, yeah, she's one of the only, and that's what looks actually really good compared to all these other
yes.
random gray and brown and weird colors they used for the backdrops this year.
Um, I agree. That actually looks like her. Like I would assume that is what her skin tone looks like. So they didn't mess, in my opinion, they didn't mess with it. So um I'm just
So
conflicted.
you're
I'm
so do you have a fourth?
I do have a port, and now I'm gonna say to the because these photos we've expressed it. We feel that these photos. I elected not to pick a fifth because I'm very picky. Like I'm not gonna just give someone my pick. So I do have my fourth, and that'll be my last. And I'll give Adriana if Adriana has five, she can have her five. But I was not going to pick another one because no one else fell in. So the last one was going to be P.O. Land Port
You said
P.O.
Portugal.
Portugal. No. P.O. Land. Um
Oh, Poland.
Poland. Sorry. If you guys don't know, I have a severe reading right. So Poland is on my list. And Poland's right next to Portugal's photo. And I'm looking at Portugal and I'm like, Poland looks so beautiful. And I'm like, I was on the fence and I'm like, I only had three. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give Poland my vote because I think she's gorgeous.
She is pretty, but she looks like a teen to me.
She 100%. And I just gave you that criticism about Australia, about
Yeah.
about her, so you can totally give that back to me. But I have this
Yeah,
thing
no,
about the
I like this picture of her. I think it's a good picture. I didn't pick her, but I don't have any. I like her long, dainty string earring. I like her top. I like her dainty necklace. I usually hate necklaces, and I actually like this necklace on her. It's very dainty and gold. She looks like a teenage Barbie doll,
yes.
or not a Barbie doll, like a Polish doll. She
Hmm.
looks like a Polish doll.
Well, yeah, right. Um, I mean, I have a thing for collarbones, so I love that show. It's not super zoomed in onto her, so you can't see every crevice of her face.
Yeah, that's
And you know, um, I like the dress, and I like the swept hair look. I like that they left in a little bit of flyaway, so it looks like a real, like it doesn't look like they cut out her head and then put it on a background. You know, it looks like a real photo. So those are my 4 of 5 picks.
and
So,
my fifth choice is France.
ooh,
But
France.
I also have problems with this photo.
Okay. Well,
She's
you give us your problems with this photo.
right. Okay, so my first one, so she's doing what, like her shoulders are completely faced to the back wall, and then she's turning over her left shoulder and staring at us, and there are all of these creases in her neck. And that is, you can do this pose without having those creases in your neck. So that's my first pet peeve about the photo. My second pet peeve is that her second eye is so when you do profile photos, sometimes your eye like there's not white on both sides of your eye. So the back one, it's just like her dark brown eye is like in the corner of her eye. So it kind of makes you look cross-eyed a little bit. But that said, I think this is still, I love her makeup. I love her hair's in half up, half down, and her like baby hairs are swept. She's a beautiful woman of color. I don't mind her long string earring and her double piercing. I usually don't like multiple piercings, but she pulls this off. Her makeup's done very well. I love her eyebrows. I love her lip color. I love her eyeshadow.
Well, the piercing
So I,
is not like up above her, like it's not on the top of her earlobe. It's right next to it. I think that's tasteful. So,
yeah, I agree. Um, so yeah, so I picked France. She's my fifth. And then I guess I have some honorable mentions just because they're all equally subpar, but they're not good enough to be chosen.
exactly.
So my first one is Japan. Japan's honestly looks like a Miss America headshot to me. It looks like she's like a Harvard graduate who's really nice and has a great. It looks like also like a dental brochure kind of.
Well,
Um,
she's doing the same thing we're going to talk about in Miss America, that she's giving me the thought bubble, like, should I buy a pizza or should I buy a salad? You know. Like
yeah, so
like
I think Japan is still very pretty. I think it's not a Miss Universe headshot, but she's pretty and
I
it's
I
good.
want I want our listeners, if you listen to this for anything, please remember the goal of your headshot is to look through the camera and to show yourself, not to do a profile photo of you looking up into the sky. Okay?
Right.
That's
I
like,
agree with Paul about this 100%. My second honorable mention is Spain. I went back and forth about this so often because, and mainly because I love this photo for an editorial shot. Her hair's like greased out. She has a cat eye eyeliner. She's profile. She has this fluffy top on. But I just think it's so not Miss Universe. But I feel like I like this photo enough to make it a portfolio shot for someone's book. And I feel like she is very pretty underneath the greasy hair. But yeah, so she's an
oh, you're
equally
right. That hair is really, ugh, you're
yeah,
right.
they like put and that's like a look. That's a thing. Like women style their hair like that for red
No,
carpets,
I'm
for
not,
editorials, but it's just not
but that's
I
not
mean,
the way
unless
she's
she
going to be
shows
on
up on stage
stage.
yeah, unless she shows up with her hair like that on stage. If she shows up with her hair like that on stage, then I'll be okay with the headshot. Because I always say you should wear the same ish hairstyle as you are on stage so that when the judges look at your program book, they're going to be able to recognize you.
That's another thing that I want to make sure that you need to make sure that you represent yourself truthfully. So if your hair is blue, it needs to be blue on stage. It's
Right.
like really critical. Like, I've had this conversation with a lot of clients. Like, you need to be yourself. Do not fake the photo and then change your, or or do something for the photo and then do something fake on stage. Like, be yourself and be consistent.
Okay, and then I have the three P's, which I guess stand for I don't know what a P word is for subpar.
Okay,
um,
hey, look, I didn't know we are going to the bash mode, but I'm curious to sit here and listen. So you can continue.
Sorry,
Hey,
I'm
remember
really
this is
not
gonna,
this.
this
Okay,
is going on
actually,
the
I will
internet,
say
so
to the
like you can
audience, I
continue
have
to dig
become.
your
Hold
grave.
on. I will say to the audience, I have been coaching the past couple of years, so I have become a little bit more direct and blunt because you have to just tell these girls the way it is if
Hey,
tell them
we
how
could
it is.
rename this whole portion of our discussion as the shovel portion. You know, if you want, we could call us Adrianna now shovels. You know, so we could say
No,
it's
but I
sponsored
want
by
no, I just want to give them honorable mentions because they are beautiful women. I just think their photos could be better. And that's Portugal, like you said. I thought it was too saturated. Peru, right above her. I hate her earrings and I hate her nails. Her acrylic nails are just like floating there, but she is clearly stunning. I like the makeup. I like the hairdo. I like the collarbone. And then Paraguay, however you say that, right next to her. She has
I
beautiful blue
believe it's
eyes.
Paraguay.
Yeah, Paraguay. I think this is a beautiful photo of her, and I hope she looks like that in person because I think it's very pretty. But I also, it's giving me yearbook vibes because of the background. It's like one of those charcoaly, like shadow backgrounds. So yeah, so that those are my honorable mentions, but I do
So
love
this this
all of
this this section of the shovels section is provided by uh
ACD
yeah.
coaching. Yeah, that's my coaching business. I call it ACD coaching.
Oh,
Adrianna
great. So we have
David.
official name for it? Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
we're going to go right
yes,
into the
we.
close. So why don't you go ahead and mention Adriana has a wonderful pageant coaching. So Adriana always gets a little plug for her businesses.
Thank you.
So
Yes, you can follow me at Adrianna C David on Instagram. I have a discount going right now. I always do student discount. I always do a free 15-minute consult before booking. So contact me if you are competing in any pageant or if you need social media or platform consulting as well.
and for your pageant headshot, make sure you contact Mid Atlantic Video and Photography Production. And we also have a promotion through Adriana's coaching. So if you work with her, then you also get an additional discount. So make sure you ask Adriana for that. And as always, stay tuned for the recap.
Thanks, guys. Bye.